Fast like a NASCAR race car. Fast like a NASCAR race car. Happy Thursday morning, everybody. Tate Bomber from up there in Wisconsin. He's a buddy of mine. He's off-centered just like I am. That's why I like him. Hi, Tate. So he sends me this video from YouTube out of nowhere. Just sends me a video and I click on it. And it's 17 years old. It's a rapper. And he's like, fast, like a NASCAR race car. Fast. I said, Tate, it's goofy as hell, but it's kind of catchy. He goes, yep. Oh, that was funny, man. All right. King Louis on his perch today. Today's topic is, it might not go 8 minutes. We'll see how it goes. But, I told Charlie Marlowe, Charlie, every Coffee with Kenny is not going to be a winner. They're all not going to get thousands of views. And it's hard for me to talk racing all the time. I mean, I can talk racing 99% of the time, but I'm not a great philosopher, but I remember, and I'm a good study. I study stuff. So, returning people's phone calls, the older you get, I want to address this subject. I realize that we all don't want to return some phone calls, and some phone calls we want to return. Let me explain myself. So there are people, now listen, I've addressed this subject 2 years ago, and I remember when I did, but this one's a little different. Chris Blair, the general manager of the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Chris is a good friend of mine. And I addressed this subject a couple of years ago, and he calls me. He goes, hey, I always return your phone calls. I said, yes, you do. Yes, you do. However, there are a group of people that think that if they take their time returning a phone call, that makes them look busy, and it makes them, in their own mind, they think they're big time. Well, it makes me think you're unorganized and you don't got your shit together. You should easily be able to return a phone call that day, okay? If not a quick text. You're not that important. You are not that important, okay? I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Jeff Gordon, you're Ray Evernham, you're Ray Kendrick. Roger Penske returns my calls all the time. Yes, so you're not that important, all right? Just remember, those are not the names. I'm just saying those are famous people. So they all return my call. But there's something that bothered me that I did, and I don't want you all to make the same mistake. My dad and the great Dick Trickle. And I'm guilty of this, and I want to share my guilt with you. Dick Trickle, late in his life, when he would call me, I knew it would be a 1 hour phone call. And there's times that I didn't have an hour because I was young, I was in NASCAR still, and I was in the game. It pains me to this day that sometimes I'd look down and it would be Dick calling. I'm like, damn, I'm in the garage area. I'm somewhere, but I should have took that phone call and said, hey, Dick, I'm in the garage area. So Tuesday night, I'm in the movie theater. My insurance man, Adam Calloway, Adam calls me, and the previews are starting. I answer, I say, Adam, I'm in the movies. Oh, shoot, man, sorry, let you go. Then, Ryan Hamilton, good friend of mine, race car driver from around here, calls me. I don't answer it, but I look down, he goes, sorry, forgot it's movie night. You see what I'm saying? If you're not going to answer somebody's call, just Respond, say something. Don't do like I did. I should have texted back real quick. I should have said something to Dick Trickle. Now, I answered his calls 99% of the time, but there's a couple times I didn't because I didn't have the time and I knew that it was going to be an hour-long phone call. Same with my dad, Russ. To this day, I still feel some guilt, but I'm okay with Dad because Dad and myself, we'd go to lunch just about every week, every other week at McAllister's Deli there on Bruton Smith Boulevard. But there's a handful of you out there that need to hear this. When you get old like me, you get to be 62 years old. A lot of people want attention. They're bored and they're thinking, you know what? Now, this is the most important part of this I want you to hear. When your heroes like A.J. Foyt, Mario Andretti, when they get older, you know what's going on in their head? They're like, you know what? I've been in a hurry my whole life. Now that I'm retired and I don't compete anymore, I'm going to call some of my friends that I neglected. Sometimes some of those friends are younger and they're busy. Always answer people's calls. Now, if you don't like them, I get it. Don't answer them. Or if you're busy and you can't answer it, you can't answer it. Don Perdome calls me all the time. I answer it every time. The Snake's retired. Hey, Don, somebody's going to tell you about this and you're going to be listening to this. I answer everybody's calls all the time because it's the right thing to do and we're not too busy. Well, we're at 7 minutes and 11 seconds and I'm done. But I'm going to go ahead and stroke it out because that would make Charlie happy. I'm sorry that this is not about racing. I'm sorry it's not about controversy. But sometimes in life, it's not always about what you're doing. It's not always about racing. It's like people that make hit songs. They got all these hit songs and they make a song that they just wanted to make and it's not a hit, but it's got to be made. And all the other people in the music industry is like, man, I dig that song and nobody likes it because, man, I just had to make that song. It's a good song. So with today, this is something that I had to say. So my message to all of you is pick the motherfucking phone up, one way or the other. And if you can't pick it up, respond quickly with why you can't pick it up. I don't want you to regret it like I did. Have a great Thursday, everybody.